Welcome back to another episode of What's in My Kiln. No, I'm just joking. Oops. In all reality, I did open this kiln a little bit earlier this morning and took a peek at the top layer just because it was a little warm and I have to get another batch in for my show this weekend downtown Grand Rapids. And I found that one of my spoons has melted into one of my cups. So that sucks. But it just like tipped over into one of my cute little spooky mugs and the glaze even like ran off onto it. So I'm just gonna like break it off and then grind it down, and then this will just be my mug to keep at home. Yeah, I'll just grind that off and then drink from this side because I don't want anything to go to waste. But one other thing I found in this top section of mugs is that my black dipping glaze was a little bit too thick, so it did crawl a little bit. So that's unfortunate for that one. So that one will just be like a snack cup. You can't really put, or you shouldn't really put liquids in there because it can leach some of the stuff from the clay into whatever you're drinking. But the design is cute. I love the way I did these for my last show as well. I just started with the eyes and then I put on, that's just stroke and coat, and then I waxed it and I put on a white, I think I used, it was either a stroke and coat or I just used Amico's Snow Celadon and then waxed that, and then I dipped the whole thing in my dipping black, which is obviously it's getting a little thick, so it has this really pretty like metallic sheen to it. It's really pretty. And then my little wiggle bottoms. I did more ghosts in a couple different designs. So I did some with multiple little ghosts. My last show I did like 2 lines of ghosts, kind of like that first one that had the spoon melted onto it. This time I did a couple different designs because those ones took forever. And I think they're just as cute with just like a few ghosts around. So we'll see. I'll be curious like what people gravitate more towards. So I did like, I think I did 4 single ghosts, and then I did, I don't know, a handful of other ones. And I have more waiting to go in the kiln as well today. And those ones I will make sure are not as thick. So the rest of this top shelf are just spoons. And I think next time I do a spoon rack, I think I'm gonna have these. So I did them with these like holes that I just cut from like a little hole cutter tool. And I think next time, instead of doing them straight on, I think I'm gonna do them at an angle, like so that instead of going straight up and down, they already like lay like this. And maybe that will give me more control of kind of where they move, because they do tend to like go wherever they want to go. Luckily, these ones didn't warp as much as the last batch, but I mean, this is pretty much all I have in this top row. Some of the taller ones did get like a little tiny bend to them, but actually people have told me that they like this little like wonkiness to them, and it actually makes them like nice to hold on to. So I'm just going to clear out the rest of the spoons. There's only a couple more in here, and then we'll move on to the next row. So I made a whole batch of mugs, and they got a little too dry overnight. I forgot to cover them up. So I didn't put handles on them. Instead, I made them into these cute little luminaries. Or like, I don't know, pencil holders. Technically you could drink out of this if you wanted to. It's food safe. But I just made them, I carved them out and made them into little like tree stump creepy face guys for spooky season. Look how cute. Be cute with like a little tea light or even a little bit bigger of a candle in there. I honestly don't remember which glazes are which. I know I have one called leather. I don't use brown very often, so I'm not going to probably remember exactly what they're called. I can go down and look and put them on the screen for you, but Ooh, that one's pretty. It's got this like bubbly, floaty bits in it. I like that. And then I did a couple orange colors. This one's just satin matte orange from Amico. And then a little spooky. This almost looks like Albanese slip brown, but I know it's not. Oh, I know what this is. It's a chino. It's the one that looks kind of corally. It's hibiscus. I just didn't put it on very thick. I thought these would be cute if you could like stack them. You could put a big candle in there, and then since it's hollow, you literally could just stack them up and make them have cute faces. So I think I only did 2 that were hollow so that you could stack if you wanted to. Those 2 actually have pretty much the same face, but that's okay. Ooh, this one's like glittery. It's almost got like a blue sheen to it. I wonder if I put it on too thick or too thin. I bet you I put it on too thin, but kind of pretty. And then there's a cute little pumpkin face. This one kind of looks like Groot. People were really excited about these on Instagram, so hopefully they sell. I think I'm gonna try to sell them for 30. We'll see. I have no idea what will happen. Luckily I have, this weekend I have a show, and if they don't sell, then I can adjust the price next weekend. I have a 3-day show up in Charlevoix, so we'll see. I never really know how to price things, so. This is just mint speck on a speckled clay. I probably should have put it on a little thicker because I think it usually comes out a little brighter, but those are cute. And then these are really fun. So I marketed these little tiny vases as whisker savers at a show, and people like bought them up. So I had to make more of these tiny little vases that are not the magnet vases and that have like a really small opening, and people use them to save their cat's whiskers because apparently it's lucky. And so I also wanted to kind of experiment with a couple things. I got the new Amico crawl glazes. I got the pink speck and the red, whatever it's called. But the pink speck, I wanted to try to put my flex and specks on it and see what happens there, and they turned out pretty funky. So these are just cute little coral sands. Somebody specifically asked for that color, so I have to bring that to her this weekend. And that one is, it's a new one that I got by Coyote. I'll put it on the screen because I don't remember what it's called. And then I just used Mako's, it's like Tide or something. I used a bunch of new ones that I don't know the names to, so I'll go put them on the screen. But just cute in case anyone wanted blue. Fun shapes. I actually threw these on my big wheel this time just to kind of like compare what the difference was with the little wheel. It was a little bit harder for me, I think, because I was used to the big wheel, but okay, here's the super funky ones. I did underglaze as a base, and then I put the pink crawl glaze on, and then I sprinkled the specks and flecks on it while it was still wet. People like this funky stuff so much, so I don't know. This is like super funky. What do you think? Is it too funky? And then the inside I did that same, whatever that blue was. I don't know. They're pretty heavy. Okay, so I did a few more of that blue color. Wow, these are just funky, funky. This one is like completely covered in flecks and specks, and it didn't really crawl at all. So I probably just didn't put it on very thick, and then it didn't pull away from each other. And that one definitely crawled. Just so weird and cool. And then the next ones are the same thing, but just with pink. Oh, and there's another one of that pink color that I got. Ooh. So I did a pink underglaze base layer instead of blue, and it definitely crawled a bit. And then same thing, just sprinkled the pink crawl with my little rainbow flecks and specks. Flex and Specs is just like grog, all ground up and colored so that you could add it. Like I used to add it to my porcelain clay and then like sand it back. Pretty. Those are fun. They're a little bit bigger than the other ones. These could almost be considered like mommy pot size, just with a tighter neck. So those are fun. We'll see how those sell. Let me know if these creep you out or if you actually like them, because I know it's pretty black and white for people. Like either you like them or you hate them. So, all right, moving on to the next shelf. All right, this last shelf is just another layer of the cute little luminaries. This guy's cute. Did a good job with that glaze. It's really drippy and pretty. Fun to do new things. I'm curious how this will look in my like pink and purple themed booth, if it's gonna like stick out like a sore thumb, or is it gonna like be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. That guy's sad. This glaze is pretty cool. I wonder if you can see the sparkle or not. There's another happy little green, not green, orange. Orange guy. Here's a better, oh, I must have had a chunk of glaze in there. I have to grind that off. Didn't even notice. This is a better representation of the hibiscus, you know? It gets this like orangey, when you put it on thick enough, it kind of like floats. But he's more of like a rusty orange. They're goofy. Kind of love them. Happy accidents. These two little cute little guys. These guys kind of look like, I don't know, tiki guys. Super fun. All right, two more. Ooh, that's a cool one. This is one that I threw really thin. These are all just 1 pound lumps of clay. Super fun. So my 10-year-old told me that I'm getting super boring just doing the same kiln openings every week or every other week. So next week I should have a video out of throwing, trimming, and glazing ramen bowls with a really pretty glaze combination that a friend on Instagram told me to try. So go ahead and subscribe and maybe turn your little bell icon on, and so you can know when I put that next video out. I'll do a whole tutorial on how I do it start to finish. Otherwise, if you're in the Grand Rapids area, come find me this Saturday downtown. I'll be right in front of Cinco de Mayo, and you can grab one of these little guys. Or next weekend, I'll be in Charlevoix Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for their Apple Festival. So I'll see you there. Bye.